Good morning. It's Tom from McMurray Hatchery. We're here in our shipping room, filling orders. We got 1,000 orders to fill today for customers all across the United States. It's kind of a busy place this time. Mondays are our largest hatching day. We hatch all of our breeds on Mondays, and so to give the largest assortment, including the Bantams. You kind of see behind me, there's people filling orders. We're waiting on birds. As the birds hatch, they're all pulled and counted, and they'll go through the sexers, and we're currently waiting for the sexers to sort males and females. So they'll come for the next 5 or 6 hours. They'll work on that. They start about 4 o'clock in the morning, sexing and pulling. So we've been at it a while. We'll work till about 3 or 4 o'clock today, when the birds will all get loaded on the trucks and driven to the post office. So our average order is about 25 birds this time of year, and we ship accordingly. It's hot today. We're in a heat warning, so it's warm in here. Kind of see the yellow baskets behind us those are all females. Those are all birds that have come from the sexers. We have a count on the floor. Everything is computerized, so we know as the birds come down how many of each breed are in the basket and what orders can be fulfilled from those birds. So we're going to work on filling a couple orders. So we're kind of waiting on birds, but it doesn't look like there's actually any to fill currently, but we could try.
Let's go show some of our more famous breeds.
So we kind of have things separated. Makes it a little bit easier for us. You start here. These are a lot of our white egg layers, about the first 3 racks. The more birds we have will be on the lower tier, and kind of the smaller flocks, the smaller number of birds will be on the upper tiers. It just makes it easier to handle. Red Stars, the most popular brown egg layer.
Can you look at Red Stars?
This is a basket of Red Stars. Red Stars are a sexable bird. You can tell by the color. Females are red and males are white. To a degree, because some of them get really hard to tell. Like, there's always variations. And that's when vent sexing comes in, because it's not always cut and dry. Yeah, there's always variations, and it makes it really hard. So you think it's, red or white, but it's not. They're all different, shades of that, all different variations of that too. White leghorns, those are pretty easy.
They're on sale.
They are on sale. These are a lot of our white birds look identical. It's hard to tell. So there are little things that we know that white leghorns are very messy. They poop a lot. So if you can look in the basket, you'll see that they have more than most other breeds. It's just kind of how they are. That's odd, but it kind of helps. Silver Spangled Hamburg, one of the prettiest birds really to hatch. A lot of birds hatch and they're not easy to tell. These ones are really easy to tell. They're a beautiful bird as they grow up too.
Someone wants to know about wing sexing. Can we
Wing
show them how
sexing,
that
sure.
works?
Let's find one. Like a white leghorn. White leghorn, these are a wing sexable bird. So if you're not all of them are. This is a one-generation trait. So the females, the pullets, have a offset feather pattern. You can see that the flight feathers are longer than the secondary flight feathers, where so the males or the females will all be like that, and the males will not be. Some birds have. These are all these are long. They're fast feathering, but they're indistinguishable from the males. So these are going to be the same. If we can find a male, and we'll show you the opposite, the difference. So this is a Turkin, and it's one of our feather sexable lines. So this is a Turkin male. It's a rooster. You can see that the flight feathers are much shorter. This is a slow feathering. It's a slow gene. It passes from the sire, the rooster, to its female offspring. So they it's backwards. But so these are a slow feathered bird. So they're really short. So that's a rooster. Because we have about 12 feather sexable lines. Everything else we vent sex. So that's a lot of vent sexing, and it takes a tremendous amount of time. Silver lace Wyandottes. These are another one that are pretty easy to tell apart. Really, the feathers aren't that important, but they're just really. These are big. They start off. They're really big chicks. They're very hardy.
Wyandotte.
Yep, a silver lace Wyandotte. Wyandottes, you can tell. Wyandottes are a rose comb, so they have no peak. They have no comb in the middle. What they do is just really flat. It's just a little bump. Partridge Rocks are a single comb, and they have, just this tiny little mountain ridge. Just a little. So sometimes when we ask if you have questions on a bird, the comb type is important. That helps us distinguish birds too, because some of them look alike. And the only variation is the comb. Most breeds that we carry are probably a single comb or a pea comb. We do have strawberry combs, walnut combs, rose combs, pea combs, single combs.
You want to introduce your kids?
This is my family. They're a family-owned company, so we have to. Everyone helps. So it's my
Say
wife.
hi, Raylan.
3 of the kids. They work in the shipping room. Cool, dude. Okay, let's see if we can fill an order.
Yeah, can I fill an order?
You want to fill an order? Okay. Like I said, we're all computerized, and every operator's got a name badge. That's me. It's going to Lexington Park, Maryland. And they got Gregory there. So this is an order, and it's got the description. We have 1 male, well summer, and the rest are females. This has got our NPIP, our National Poultry Improvement Plan shields, avian influenza clean, florum typhoid clean, and U.S. salmonella monitored. Those are all required to ship. It's a voluntary program, but you are required to have it.
You want to know if you can mix ducklings and chicks as you're doing that.
You cannot. Ducks take 28 to 30 days to hatch, and chicks take 21 days. So we hatch those in a separate place. Logistics of putting that all together, it's a lot. So just due to the different time frames and the different, ducks are extremely healthy, ducks and geese. But chickens are more susceptible to things that ducks can carry. So keeping them separated keeps everything healthy. So this is just chickens and bantams. We put grow gel in every order. You're going to put it in? Yeah. All right. Get a scoop. Put it in the corner. They're going to get 2 in this one. Good job, buddy.
I just did this.
All right.
Fell right out.
They didn't get a free rare chick. That some people don't want them.
Daddy, I'm breaking it.
Okay.
Breaking myself off the bottom, maybe.
Looking for the well summers. Because of all the different breeds, we have everything labeled. Every basket is a different. There's all of our Polish, black, gold, buff. These are our whiting greens, our silver Polish. You can always tell the Polish because they're froze. Gotta find the well summers though. That's taking me a while. Where's my well summers go? I missed them. Can't find a well summer. It's always the last place you look. Oh, it's right there. So these are well summer. They lay a really dark. This is a rooster, so they're not gonna lay any eggs, but they lay one of the darker colored eggs that we sell. Okay. So as we finish, that's all the males. So you scan out, and that takes us to the next station.
Daddy, I got another.
Okay, why don't you go put that? Once you put it in the free rear, can you put it up there? Put it in that big blue basket. Scan in at the next station. That way we never lose an order. Beef, Ancona. So I'm looking for Anconas. They're getting 3 Anconas. No, honey. The Partridge Rock. I just saw the Partridge Rock. There they are.
Dad, can I put some in?
1, 2, 3 Partridge Rocks.
Daddy.
Besides well summers, what other breeds provide dark red-brown eggs?
The Cuckoo Morans are a really nice one. They're a nice speckled egg. One of the darker brown eggs that we have is actually the Red Star. They lay a really nice, it's not chocolate brown, but a nice dark brown. We hatch currently black copper Morans. Oh, nope, that doesn't go in the box. Thanks, buddy. And they are a very dark egg, and we're working on building that flock. We'll have those available late this year and into 2019. 3 Dominiques.
Daddy, do you need this chicken?
The Dominiques look, no, I don't need that one. What, Raylan? Stop picking up birds. Dominiques are, a peat comb, the rose comb. They look like a barred rock, but they don't have the single comb. They always have this little white knot on the top. 1, 2, 3 Dominiques.
What's the rarest breed we carry?
The rarest one, the red-shouldered Yokohama, will probably be the Livestock Conservancy puts out a critical stage, and there are red caps. We have a line of red caps that's almost to extinction. We're working with a couple different groups to try to save that, because that's one that really needs a lot of customer support. There's just not enough breeding birds in the world anymore for that, so that's a really rare. That's a hard one.
What do you mean by rare?
They're rare and exotic because they don't hatch well, they don't grow well. We have breeds that hatch around the 15 to 20% range. So if you're setting 100 eggs, you might get 15 chicks out of it. They're rare and exotic because they're hard to raise. As things became more commercialized, larger breeds, Royal Red Barred Rocks, kind of dominated the scene, and the smaller, less productive breeds or white egg layer breeds have kind of fallen out of favor. Every bird was regional. They had different characteristics for different regions. Cold tolerant, hot tolerant.
Yeah.
And they're really developed for a specific purpose in a specific region, and now we can ship anywhere in the United States, but they're still ideal birds that they're not ideal for every situation, and they're just hard to manage sometimes. So these are whiting true blues. They're completely variable. There's this one. This is actually like a blue color. That would be like a splash, just slightly tinged in blue. That's gonna be a neat one. 2 female well summers.
They want to know what the best part of your job is.
Outside of getting to handle baby chicks, it's really the people. We have a terrific staff. I mean, everyone here can't hear the music because you have to listen to me, but you know, it's hot, it's noisy, but we have really great people. It's a lot of fun just to come to work. So, and it's small, you know, it's not a huge staff. Oh, that was my shameless plug of coffee cup.
Hold on. There's a shameless plug.
Yeah. Coffee. So as you finish an order, you always scan it out. That lets us know that every order should be a shipping. There it is. Should have been checking it off.
I can't tell the difference between my whiting true blue and an Americana. Can you help?
It's a good question. That's really hard. The Americanas are going to have green legs, green or slate. If it's a black bird, it could have slate legs. And a majority of them are going to have beards and muffs. About 75% of them. Not all of them do currently. The whiting blues. Is it whiting blue or whiting green?
Blue.
Whiting blue. Well, they have a pea comb. They typically don't have beards and muffs, and they have more yellow feet. Like their feet are typically yellow. While they've made it really, really hard to tell those apart because of the variations in colors. We haven't been separating our Americanas by the standard colors because we like kind of the diverse flock pattern. While they are true Americanas, in the bloodline we haven't sorted the colors. So that's a hard one. It's very hard. So I finished this order, and some orders get vaccinated. So these are all ready to be vaccinated for Marek's disease. I highly recommend the veterinary service we work with, the Iowa State. If it goes to a backyard, you should vaccinate for Marek's disease. They actually want to make it mandatory. It doesn't prevent Marek's disease, but it makes the symptoms less. From Marek's outbreak, you will lose between 70 to 90% of your flock. If you're vaccinated, they might not die. They might not even show symptoms, even if they are carriers. So it'll save their lives. It really will. So.
And these are buff Orpingtons?
Those are buff ones.
Someone asked earlier if they could see the buff orbs.
That's gold. This is our quality control line. As they come off the vaccination, they'll go through quality control. Kurt or Kirk will stand here and they'll check. We don't check everybody's order. It really depends on the operator filling it. I've been doing this for a long time, so we don't check everybody's. Like they're not going to check mine. So there are people, as if we bring a new person in, we check all of their orders. If they prove that they can go through so far and not make errors, that's number one. Is just get the customer what they expect. But it's a lot of, we already counted them once, turn around and recount them. You can tell that they're handled about 4 times from hatch until they're shipped.
Tell them what the minimum orders are.
The minimum, you have to order 15 birds. This is a 15 box. You look, they're not cramped. They're kind of cozy. But birds they need to be between 95 and 100 degrees. Their internal temperature is 103 degrees. They need to be kept warm, and it's warm today, and so we have ventilation holes in the lids and stuff, and we have specially made boxes. So there's there's always a gap. The next box can't sit directly on top of this box. The sides are slanted in, so there can't be a box directly against it. We work really closely with the post office. We standardize this through all other hatcheries. We designed the first shipping boxes and have continued to tweak it. But they need to keep themselves warm, and so you need, without providing an extra heat pack, you also don't want them to get too hot, because if they get too hot, it's the same as getting too cold, sometimes worse. So providing adequate ventilation in the night number of birds, and to be honest with you, shipping is really hard on them. Everyone's got a box in the mail. It comes in all banged up and broken and tape all over it. Like, they kind of their own cushion. They use each other as to provide the support, so they can. We put a mat in the bottom to keep their grip in their feet. To ship smaller boxes doesn't save any money, and it's actually harder on smaller boxes. So you're either compartmentalizing, and really you're going to have much higher losses to do that, and that's hard for everybody. Nobody wants to do that. So we finished this order. Not tell everybody who it is. So we label these boxes. A is for air. We know which truck this needs to be on. We work so closely with the post office, we have our flight times. So we need to have these delivered to the post office in order to make our flight cutoffs. You have to be there 2 hours early. There's a lot of extra restrictions for poultry, but everyone cares about it so much that we really are very adamant that everything gets done on time, everything makes it to the airport on time, we hit our flights on time. It's a well-documented process. This is Kurt McCoskey. You might have seen his blog here recently. He's celebrating his 41st year with the longest standing member of McMurray Hatchery.
For now.
For now.
Kurt's met some famous people.
Kurt is he's a celebrity in his own right. That is.
Yes.
He's Martha Stewart met him. That's what I like to say.
Yeah.
Someone wants to know about our free rare chicks.
The free rare chicks.
And are they always boys?
They're not always boys. Seems like it. The free rare, so we kind of define a rare and exotic. So those Polish feather-footed, we do add in some, like the Americanas, the whiting blues, dark egg layers, blue egg layers, stuff that's unique into those. Just adds some color, or something different into something somebody might not have always ordered.
Let's go look at them.
We'll go look at them. Okay, so this is a cream leg bar. They're auto-sexing breed. And white crested black Polish, gold Polish. This is an Egyptian Fayumi. This is it's a silver Cochin. You can see he's little feathered feet on him. This is probably this could be a black or a white Langshan. So that's hard because some of our white breeds are like gray. And so that's one you don't mix up. You don't put those two too close together because the whites come out really dark, really gray. Golden lace Wyandotte. This is probably silver leghorn. Yeah, and there's about 3 of them that look identical. So I think this is the silver leghorn. So this could be a phoenix. That's why when people call, like, what is this? It's like, all right, give me a couple weeks. Let them 5-6 weeks old. It's a lot easier to tell than it is a day old. Partridge cochins, again, the feathered feet, they're a very dark brown. They're pretty easy to tell, the partridge coloring. Trying to find another unique one. That's a blue cochin.
And what's our most popular breed? Our biggest seller?
Our biggest seller, the Cornish rocks. They're a meat bird.
Where are they?
They're 6 weeks. 6 weeks and you butcher. The Cornish rocks, they look like, most white birds as they hatch. They're pretty big. Like you kind of see they're pretty beefy, just compared to most other breeds. They're delicious. Should have saw our butchering workshop. We had about February, March. We did some CXRs.
Daddy, I hope for that one.
And what's
All right.
the red band?
So these are our Bantams. A Bantam is a quarter-sized chicken.
Are they ever free rares?
Free rare, not. If you order Bantams, you'll get a Bantam free rare. If you order standards, you will not get any Bantams ever. Some standards are not that big.
Daddy,
Yeah, dude. This is a Millie Fleur. They don't look anything like they do when they grow up. They're black, feather-footed. They have this little red crest at the top. They're pretty small. Bantams are harder. They're hard to ship. That's why we have different. You don't want to mix the Bantams with the standards. That's why there's separate minimums for Bantams. They're a fragile breed, all on their own, just being small. People like Bantams. They make great showbirds, 4-H stuff like that. But you have to order really early in the year, because by the time you order them and then fair comes around, you need as much time as you can. Silkies are a really unique bird. You see they're all black they are. They're black skinned. They have 5 toes. Thank you, Kurt. So this is the 5th toe. Some other, like salmon faveroles, have 5 toes. Basically, it's 1 toe in the back that's split. Quail Antwerp. It's a bearded Yuckles. This is same with the Millie Fleur, except they're clean legged. So, like a Ranger, New Hampshires. That's pretty much our order filling process in a nutshell. That is it. So.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Okay, well, good talk.
Good talk. Tune in next month.
All right, we'll do something else.
Oh, what happens? Oh.
Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah. We're really fortunate. We sell just about everything we can produce. So we're really lucky there. And we actually have about 5 people that come in at the end of the day, and they take and raise what we have left over too.
Okay.
So.
And where are the adults?
The adults, we have farms. They're all within an hour of the hatchery here. We have 4 flock owners that are their farmers who actually have chicken coops, and they raise different breeds for us. 2015 we put up our own barn. That was the first McMurray Hatchery to have its own building. We started with the Bantams. We put all of our Bantams into one roof. Last year we completed another. It's kind of our research and development. We wanted to bring new breeds in and work on some of those rare and exotic that aren't hatching well. Like really take that under our own kind of our own shoulders. Not everything lays a lot of eggs, so there's not a lot of incentive for someone else to work on those. Like working on rooster lines where you have way too many roosters, then it's a building that just costs money. But you know, to make the breeds themselves better, you know, something we felt really needed to do. So we'll probably put up another building next year. Just we'd like to keep getting more breeds and keep continuing to grow. So.
Cool. Well, we'll talk to you again next month.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.